And here we go. We are recording, which means you out there in podcast land are listening to another episode of the GAJ Podcast. We are your hosts. My name is Gerard. If you don't recognize my background, it's because I am on the road again and being joined by my bio bro, Alex, aka at I Play Nerd on YouTube. Check his channel out when you get a chance. It's a good one. And again, if you've been with us before, you know that we are missing a valuable member of our team. JR is not with us. Typically, that just means he is very busy with work, which I think we can all understand. And we are just going to hope he can catch back up with us next week.
That's what it typically means, but in reality, he was kidnapped by a Cybertruck because we've been talking a lot of shit about those vehicles.
Or aliens. We're not sure yet. We're still waiting to figure that out.
Or are they the same?
Ooh. They do look kind of UFO-ish. I mean, that's a fantastic comment and something we might need to investigate further. But until we get to that point, let's get into some of the other stuff. Well, we already talked about the gang. We're not all here. We're a quarter century old, kind of. Quarter of the way to 100, so we're doing cool shit. Our weekly things, the Ashley Cameo Challenge. I challenge you to play the game this week. If you see her, say hi. Again, I'm on the road, so that is not the most likely thing today. Going to our subscriber watch. We are, and I will share this with you. It's going to be weird for a sec, but hang on, let me celebrate someone's shiz out so it looks better. Oh my gosh, what did I just do? I just made a mess on my screen. And that's what happens.
Gross.
Yep, I know. Weird dude out here in podcast land. What did I just do? I'm being an idiot. Just having all kinds of technical difficulties. Microphones, echoes, volume controls. You name it, I'm having issues with it today. Which is really impressive when you realize that I work for a technology company. But anyway, let's see here. Let's share. Oh, this is what I want to do. Let's share this window. So, getting into our analytics. We're still at 12 subscribers on YouTube, but we are getting some playtime. So, if you look at the last 90 days, we're getting a few plays here and there. We definitely peaked in June, but I think we were getting the word out a little bit more, and I think we're just going to need to do more of that to grow, and I think we will. On Spotify, 6 followers. Oh, I haven't checked comments in a while either. I don't know if we have any, but it looks like we don't. So there's that. Comments on YouTube. Well, that's from the little sister from 4 months ago when we were talking about tip culture. So,
And you have not
there's that. What's that?
And you have not responded to it.
Yeah, we replied in
person. That was me.
You know what, though? I think we can talk a little bit about that today. Let me get this shit off the screen. We'll get into that a little bit, because I'm in a situation where it might be kind of interesting to talk about a little bit. But if you are watching and you have never been with us before, we'd love to have you subscribe. And if you do subscribe, if you wouldn't mind putting a comment, just a little wavy emoji in the comments, we'd love to shout you out. If you prefer to stay anonymous, that's okay too. Completely understand. But either way, if you do subscribe, thank you for joining us. As always, what's for dinner? Alex, what'd you have tonight?
Same thing I had last week. Turkey sandwich.
Turkey sandwich. No,
I also had
not a chicken nugget sandwich?
No, that was last night's dinner. Tomorrow night's dinner also. And I also had a protein shake because I'm trying to increase my protein intake, which is also very, very dangerous if you know my metabolism in my digestive system.
Hey, can you check your microphone and see if you can turn it up? I just realized mine was all the way down too.
I can hear you pretty good.
Okay. I can hear you, but I noticed last time it was a little bit on the quiet side for you when I played it all back later on YouTube. So I don't know if I can adjust anything on my end. I don't know. Well, hopefully it works better this week.
Hold on, try this.
Oh,
I'm going to turn it up right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, whatever you did just made it sound better.
Oh, now I just turned it up.
I don't know. Something happened and you also sounded louder.
I may have been just away from it like that.
That definitely was part of it for sure.
Okay.
If you have anything where it says automatically adjust mic volume, turn that off. So I noticed that's what was making me quiet before. So I just turn the mic volume all the way up wherever I can. But anyway, so turkey sandwich, just turkey, or do you put cheese on it? Mayonnaise, barbecue sauce?
Mayonnaise, arugula. I switched over. I used to use spinach, but I switched to arugula because I found out spinach has a lot of oxalates. This is going to become very boring discussion here. Oxalates are a little bit harder on the kidneys. Okay, this is from Thomas DeLauer, so I'm backing it up a little bit. I think it was Thomas DeLauer that was talking about it. Yeah, spinach has a lot of oxalates, which is harder on the kidneys. So he'd rather see people eat arugula. And I've had a kidney stone before, and I have gout. So I'm like, guess what? I'm going to pay the extra $1 and get arugula. Actually, I think it tastes better.
We usually get the spinach arugula mix because I like spinach. Ashley likes arugula, so we usually get the mix. However,
it's either arugula. I had to choose arugula or kale, and I fucking hate kale.
Oh, I hate kale. Kale's disgusting.
It tastes like plastic fruit. You know when you have plastic fruit when you're a kid, and you're curious about it, so you take a bite out of it, and you're like, ugh.
Yeah,
that's what kale tastes like.
I don't like kale in any form. I don't care if it's cooked, steamed, raw. It doesn't taste good to me. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there that like kale, and kudos to you because it's very, very good for you. But, different structure for different folks. It's not something that I enjoy. I have tried it many times in multiple ways, and I just can't do it. I just can't do it.
I used to eat a lot of kale.
Stick with spinach.
Probably about 9-10 years ago. I was super healthy. But
I remember you putting it in your ramen noodles.
Oh, no. Well, ramen noodles is bad. But I was eating kale salads and stuff like that. And I had the best poops ever, dude. It's like barely, no push. It just all comes out and minimal wiping. I was like, whoa.
All right.
Wow, that's what good food does to you. But guess what? It's terrible on the way in. Good on the way out, terrible on the way in.
When I was doing the whole super fitness thing, I think I could eat it when I really needed to, but I got to a point where I was just miserable because I got great. We talked about it before. I got really lean. I was down somewhere between 15, maybe even 12% body fat, and a whole lot of stuff was visible that isn't visible now. But I was so low carb, I was down to 50 grams of carbohydrates a day, and just felt like shit. So I quit doing that. Now, granted, also COVID happened, so that completely changed everything, and I went completely to the other end of that spectrum. But starting to work back toward some middle ground. If I can, I don't need to be 12% body fat. I don't need to have a fucking six pack. That's just not in our genetics to have that just easily, right? So
I don't know what percentage I was at, but when COVID kicked in, I started going through huge fasts where I was doing 40. I started just inserting 24-hour fast where I was sticking pretty close to the clock, and I was doing like 24-hour fast every weekday, and then I was like, let's throw in some 48-hour fast, which was kind of a mind fuck. But that, dude, the fat just melted away. I was eating whatever I wanted when it was time to eat. But man, that fat just melted away. I wasn't putting any muscle. I was definitely. Would I do it again? No.
No. I'm trying to get back to doing not necessarily like a 16-8 fast, but kind of like what it would be. Basically, have a feeding window of like noon to 10 o'clock. So what would it be, a 10-14 fast? 14-10 fast?
I was trying to stick to still having 24-hour fast, or just eating once a day, a couple times a week. But I was also I'm lifting a lot more now, more intensely. I was doing intense HIIT workouts, and I was just getting dizzy just throughout the day. I was like, I gotta stop that.
Oh,
I have to eat.
Yeah,
and I guarantee I was not getting my needed daily protein intake. So now I just stick to. I'm gonna eat. I just do twice a day. I eat twice a day. I don't look at the clock. I probably get like 14-hour fast. By the time I eat my first meal.
That's kind of what I'm going for, a 14-hour fast. Of course, as I say that, it's here in the mid-coast or the Midwest. It's just after 10:30, and I'm sitting here crunching on a fucking peanut butter Rice Krispie treat with chocolate on it.
Yeah, that's not good.
Oh, well, that's my dessert from, again, I'm on the road, so what I had for dinner was I found some Chinese place, combination lo mein. So I had like beef, chicken, and shrimp, and it was a combo. So I could have gotten steamed or fried rice with it, but I paid the extra $2 for the steamed vegetables. Of course, I also had a bowl of hot and sour soup, a crab rangoon, and a little baby egg roll with it. So
a lot of calories.
That was a lot of calories.
One thing I've learned is that when I eat at home, I eat a lot less. I'm not like when I get a Chipotle burrito, I gotta finish the whole Chipotle burrito.
It's not so much that I eat a lot less, but I definitely eat way better when I'm at home. Because I'll just, luckily I have a fiance that likes to cook, so there's always good stuff in the fridge, and I just microwave it up and eat at home. And I weigh my food out at home too.
That I do not do.
But yeah, I'm gonna be traveling like 1 week a month for a while. I think what I might actually do, since I have a fridge that can go in my car, I might take that weekend before I leave to make a bunch of pre-measured meals, pre-weighed meals, even if it's just fucking chicken, rice, and broccoli, and have those for dinners. Lunch when I'm here on the road, like especially I'm in Springfield, Missouri again, and I'm at my company's headquarters. Typically, I'm going to go to lunch with somebody, so it's going to be tough because
it's hard to factor in.
Yeah, got to do the networking thing and be visible, and it's kind of fun for me to be down here because we have an office in Kansas City, but generally speaking, I'm the only one in it. So a lot of times, whenever we do our team meetings, I'm the one on the video board. So I'm the only one on the video board.
Kansas City.
What's that?
There's no one else in the office in Kansas City?
I have one technician, but typically he's out on a job site because that's billable hours. So
is there even a purpose for going into the office?
Yeah, I mean,
on site?
One, I like going. Like, it kind of creates a separation for me from
work at home.
Home, yeah.
Yeah, I sometimes go crazy when I'm in work at home situations. Sometimes I go crazy and I have to go somewhere. I have to go to Target or something just to get out.
Yeah. And honestly, I have to do that even in the office. But it just kind of defines the space, and there's less distractions because Ashley doesn't mean to, but she works at night, so she's home during the day, and whenever she sees something interesting, she wants to she wants to tell me about it, and it kind of just it. When you have that interruption, when you get into a rhythm and you have that interruption, it's hard to get back into that rhythm. Sometimes, so.
On the
But
outside,
she tries to check and say, hey, do you have a minute for me to show you something? And at that point, like even if I don't, well, it's the rhythm's already been interrupted, so being able to go to the office is nice.
on the opposite side of that, when offices started trending toward having open formats, open areas instead of having cubicles, that was a little hard to adjust to, because I'd be in the zone and someone just starts talking to me. I'm like, dude, I'm working. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I'm a little ADD like that too. So like,
me.
they might not even be saying anything to me. Just having that open concept, I'm not a huge fan of, because bright light, shiny object, squirrel, and all of a sudden I want to see what's going on. So,
yep,
I'm not a big fan of the open concept.
It's pretty common now.
It is, yeah. The company I was at before, whenever I was down at HQ, same thing, completely open. Even the owners of the company were out in the open cubicles where you just had the halfway up walls.
Yep, I had that too.
I'm just not a fan of it. I don't like it.
Well, the key is to just put in earbuds, have them always in.
But I can't put blinders on,
Oh yeah, it was that.
And then whenever I'm on calls, I wear a headset because I get up and I walk around. Even though the person I'm talking to can't see me, I'll be scribbling shit on a whiteboard, kind of to aid my conversation, but it's hard to do in a big open concept office. But anyway, yeah, I'm not even sure how we got on that, but that's what was for dinner. Oh, because I was going to lunch with people. So yeah. Anyway, I guess we kind of started talking about out and about. I mean, we're talking about being out and about in the office. I'm down in the home of our headquarters, and yeah, just trying to learn some stuff, be around the senior leadership, trying to get things in place, because I'm gonna get a lot more autonomy back in my primary office, which is cool. This is turning into a really cool opportunity, and I'm really glad I've made the move over, because I essentially get to kind of run my own business up there.
That's cool.
Which is a really fun experience. Challenging, scary, because that office isn't successful. Well, there's only one person to blame.
How many desks are there? If there's only two people there.
2 desks. There's one office with 2 desks in it. There's a reception desk, and then I have a conference room with a big TV and a conference camera. The idea, though, is to eventually have client meetings there too, and be able to demo products. And I'm gonna have, probably before too long, I'm gonna have to hire kind of an office manager / assistant, and a couple more technicians, because not a lot of jobs require more than one set of hands. So at some point I'm going to need to hire another technician, if not 2 or 3 more. And I get to drive a I call it it's not Cybertruck. I call it the billboard. It's a little Ford Escape with our logo wrapped all over it.
That's small?
Huh? It's pretty small, yeah. So I have 2 vehicles.
Really good gas mileage.
Well, it gets 0 power. I mean, if you floor it, it's not going anywhere. And if you floor it while the air conditioning is on full blast, it might die. I do not drive that car out of enjoyment of driving that car because it sucks to drive. It's not a fun car to drive. I drive it purely for the marketing value. I mean, it helps that it's not my gas either, but I don't take it home hardly ever unless I have to be up really early and on the road really early.
Also, the embarrassment.
Oh,
Did you get your car?
I have no shame. I don't give a shit.
That's a rental.
I drive it with pride, dude. I get out of it and I look around and see if anyone's looking and look for a conversation to have about it. That way I can kind of share the story of our company, you know?
It's the modern day Geo Metro.
I mean, there's a work truck. There's a Toyota Tacoma also, but I need my technician to have that because it's got one of those contractor caps on it, so he can carry parts, tools, ladders. So I need him in that.
And a Ford Escape. You can put that in the back too.
Almost. It's real. I mean, it's a little. Do you remember Christina's? When they had the Hyundai Kona?
Yeah, I think I'll get one of those.
It was the Ford Escape is a little bit bigger than that.
Oh, that's not small then.
No, it's not like that. It's not super tiny.
Oh, I think it's like a small car.
Oh no! It's a little crossover SUV. Okay. I'd say it's probably just a little bit smaller than like Mom's car.
Okay, which is
so it's not tiny. I mean,
okay, so that's a decent car then. That's not.
Yeah.
It's not like maybe it's a Ford Aspire. I'm thinking about. Is that the small car?
I don't know. I don't remember what a Ford. Oh, I think it is. Looks like a little egg. I don't know. I'm gonna look it up real quick.
The Ford Aspire. That's the one I was thinking about. That's a small car.
Aspire.
That's like a modern day Geo Metro.
Yeah, that one. I don't even think they make that anymore though. Looks like 1997 was the last year they made that.
Yep, 93 to 97. That didn't do well. Why is that in my head?
Well, look at it. It's an ugly piece of shit.
I think it's not a modern day Geo Metro. Geo Metro lasted longer.
Oh, definitely did. Geo Metro made it through brands. Like it was the Geo Metro, and then they got rid of Geo and just made it a Chevrolet Metro. But
not much better.
Yeah. But yeah, I think, again, I'm going to be down here 1 week a month for the next several months. So I think I might make some.
You're on mute.
A per diem for meals? Hang on, give me 1 sec.
You're not on mute anymore.
Was I on mute?
Yeah, because I could hear the music, but I couldn't hear you.
Oh, because my phone started ringing, and when I rejected the call, it probably put me on mute for a sec.
Yeah.
But yeah, while I'm traveling, I think I might pre-make my meal, like basically do meal prep, right? And I do have a fridge, so that's why I was like, I didn't realize you didn't know what a Ford Escape was. There's plenty of room to put my car fridge back there. So
yeah,
I could definitely
have one of those. Well, I don't know about Ford.
Yeah, it's had some work. I think my CEO bought it used, and it needed like a new motor and a new transmission. It's not the greatest. It's not in the best shape, but it gets me where I need to go. Fine.
And you don't have to pay for it.
And I don't have to pay for it. I have a gas card for it, so it works. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna win any races with it. And somebody on a really nice bicycle might be able to catch me. So, but marketing. It's my business. It's my rolling office. So, but yeah, so that's what I'm out doing right now. Hanging out in Springfield, trying to keep my workout regimen going. Doing some. Oh my gosh! Holy crap! Who is that?
It's an offsite cameo.
Offsite cameo.
Figured out. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get on.
Oh, you are on.
Hi,
So.
Alex.
Hey, Ashley, how's it going?
Not bad. I feel like I'm part of the group this
This
time.
technically makes you a guest now, because you're actually.
I was saying you're actually, yeah.
Ooh.
This is our
Ashley's
first guest.
officially our first guest outside of the
Random
cameo appearances.
I feel so honored, guys. Thank you.
This will be seen by 5 people.
By 5.
2 of them are in this podcast.
3 of them.
Yeah.
It could be as many as 12, but
Let's get
4 of
real.
those are our profiles, Alex and me, and then one of them is Johnny, Jeremy. So,
What are you guys talking about?
being out and about and how I'm in Springfield eating like crap, and since I'm going to be here for 1 week a month for the foreseeable future, potentially moving my fridge into my work car and doing some meal prep before I come down,
Oh,
because
I like
my
that.
hotel, it's got a fridge and a tiny little baby fridge and a microwave.
Do you get per diem?
I believe so. I need to check on that,
But that's
because if
just
I don't, then I should be using the company card for my meals, but I haven't been. So
Well, if you do, it's just added into your paycheck, right?
yeah,
So you can just spend that money on food that you meal prep.
yeah,
I like it.
I could just
Very
bank it,
good.
to be honest.
Get somewhere healthy to get food. Is there Whole Foods around there?
I don't know.
Doubt it.
There probably is somewhere, or Hy-Vee.
Whole
It's
Foods has
more
good
of like,
made food already. Well, I've done it since before the pandemic, but they always had good warm food that's not crap. Well, they have stuff that's crap and stuff that's good for you.
yeah. I know there's Hy-Vee down here, and they have that too. But if I meal prep, then I can weigh my food out and kind of manage my calories. Especially since that'd be a great way to have dinner. Especially since during the day, seeing as I'm down here in the headquarters, I'm probably going to go out to lunch with somebody.
I mean, you could even just get a rotisserie chicken and some rice. Make some
Oh yeah, that's true.
Because you can make rice here and then take it down.
Yeah,
And,
that's
keep
very
a-
true.
Keep a rotisserie chicken in the fridge.
That's actually a pretty good idea. Then I don't really need a fridge, just a cooler until I get to the hotel.
Yeah.
Huh.
But I mean, you can put whatever you want in the cooler if you want, your crackers and peanut butter and jelly.
True.
You can
True.
put some Mont Tomas in your cooler so you can have it with your rotisserie chicken.
I could.
That's what I do.
Or
Yeah,
banana
Mont Tomas
ketchup.
Ooh,
I use Mont Tomas banana ketchup with roasted chicken and fried chicken.
I used the banana ketchup the other night. But I think I need to throw it away because I think it might be very expired.
oh, the one in our fridge?
Yeah.
Well, there's that all-purpose sauce that's in there too.
Well, that's got vinegar in it, so I don't think that's going to expire I think that could survive the apocalypse.
But I feel
Still
like
be good.
ketchup probably could too, right? Even though it's banana ketchup.
That has less preservatives than Heinz, so I don't think it lasts. And it's pretty old, so I don't know.
Fair enough.
It means you didn't use enough of it then.
Well, yeah, because I went on healthy streaks and wasn't eating French fries and shit that I put banana ketchup on.
Well, I'll
But-
check it. If I need to throw it away.
Yeah. So yeah, field prepping. That might be a good idea for the whole.
Well,
Well,
you know
the
I'm
healthy
all
aspect,
for
but-
that.
Yeah, I know you are. I know you are.
'Cause
Well, we are on. So we kind of went through our typical segments of what's for dinner, and we're kind of on out and about right now. So, babe, what have you been up to? What have you been out and about doing?
is this like this week or today?
Kind
Yeah.
of the past week.
Okay. Well, let's see. Work, of course. We had our fantasy football draft on Sunday,
Oh yeah.
and that went pretty well. We didn't get the quarterbacks that I wanted, but
Which was? Oh,
I wanted-
Jalen.
I wanted Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, or who's Lamar Jackson.
I like
wanted one of
Lamar.
those three, and we had a bit of a conflict of interest over our quarter. So we share a team, and Gerard said, "No, there's plenty of mediocre quarterbacks that will suffice."
Quarterbacks are not as valuable when you only need one in fantasy football anymore. And I actually read an article today that where, as far as based on ADP, which in fantasy football language, that's average draft position, the analyst was saying to avoid at their average draft position, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Aaron Rodgers, and you'll agree with this one, Patrick Mahomes.
Yes.
Which I'm kind of surprised about Aaron Rodgers because
Of last year.
I've done 2 drafts already, and Aaron Rodgers was drafted very, very late.
Well, why did it?
But
say
they were
to
auction
avoid-
drafts too, so a little bit
Why-
different than like a snake draft.
Why did it say to avoid them?
I didn't read that far, to be perfectly honest.
Gotcha. Well, Patrick Mahomes, like, he's a great quarterback, but his style of play just doesn't translate well for fantasy football points. That's why I don't like having him.
Who?
Patrick
Mahomes? Oh. No, I like Lamar
Running
because
quarterback.
he's a running quarterback.
Same with Jalen.
Jalen Hurts.
Running-ish quarterback.
Tua becomes kind of attractive because of the targets he's got. And Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, they've got a decent tight end. They've got a couple of running backs that can catch the ball. So I look at a lot at who the quarterback has to throw to. And Patrick Mahomes, really the only reliable target he's had the last 2 years is Travis Kelce.
Well, now he has Xavier Worthy, who is so beautiful. I think he's going to catch all the balls.
In his mouth.
He's
She
pretty
means yeah. Well, that's not completely off from what she was thinking. She thinks he's beautiful in a feminine way.
Pull up a picture of him and just like a picture of him smiling. He would make the most beautiful woman ever. If he ever wants a career in drag, he will go far if football doesn't work out.
He is as the kids would say, fast as fuck, boy.
Well, and he's very pretty.
He kind of looks a little draggy.
See?
He does. He does.
That's a word, draggy.
But
It's like his smile and his cheekbones. Like he's very pretty. He has very feminine features. Or they
tell you what,
could
though,
be.
the dude can absolutely fly. Like
Yeah.
he broke. I don't know if you watch any of the combine, Alex, but he broke the combine record for the 40-yard dash. So he ain't slow.
I'm gonna fix my microphone for the next couple seconds.
Okay.
Just knocked it off.
see a puppy. Oh. We had a pretty bad storm tonight come through.
Were you out and about in it?
Well, I was at work watching it. But the tree that fell on my car a couple weeks ago, more of it fell.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. What else did I do out and about this week? I don't really think anything else exciting happened in my life.
The draft party was the big thing, right?
Yeah.
Which, the team we share, it's in a league called Obi-Wan Mahomie, because, we're in Kansas City, and it's put on by one of Ashley's friends that she works with. His name's Aaron, and he puts on a hell of a draft party. I mean, it's over the top. There's like door prizes and giveaways and special drinks and food. It's not like I had buddies in Milwaukee. We'd go to the bar and have a draft party. We'd go to the bar that sponsored our softball team, and the owner would make us wings that we still had to pay for them, but Aaron goes all out with decorating and everything. It's pretty crazy.
This year was actually pretty low key because now he has 6 different leagues that he's running.
Yeah, he's very obsessed with fantasy football.
Does he have a draft party for each of his leagues?
Yeah.
He has out of 6 leagues, he has a draft party for 3 of them,
and
then the other 3 are online. Because I'm in 2 of his leagues.
Every year, the Obi-Wan Mahomie, there's a theme every year. Like this year, it was homecoming. So Gerard and I both wore Ohio State stuff. But yeah, he goes all out.
He is obsessed. He loves it, which it's cool. He's passionate about it, and he does it very well. So
I keep telling him he should go into business and just do party planning for people because he's so good at it.
Especially sports themed, or even just focus around fantasy football, set up draft parties and be a consultant and or a host for it. I don't think it could be his only big gig, but I think it could be a fun seasonal side gig. Just take a week off around fantasy football draft time and take reservations and set up fantasy football draft parties.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's the thing other guys go for, because guys would be like, "No, I plan my own party."
Yeah,
sure,
that's true.
Sure,
that's what.
But I think he could grow. He could grow through word of mouth, and I think people would be curious and interested enough. Especially so, one of his leagues, I don't play in it because it's very high dollar, and
Mass Capital.
Very it's rich people that are in it.
So Mass Capital is a $500 buy-in.
Ooh.
And this year at the draft party, everybody got a tomahawk steak.
You know what that is, Alex?
A big steak.
Yeah, because he does it's a 3 or 4 course dinner for that one. And
it's like the steak they used to feed to Dino in the Flintstones.
But yeah, so everybody got a tomahawk steak at the draft party. So
yeah, he is
party?
very over the top. What's that?
Is that something you eat at the party, or is that take this home with you?
I think they might have eaten there.
I think they ate them there. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, they do it at a pretty high end restaurant too.
Nice.
So yeah, he likes it, and it's fun. It's a good time. He invests a lot of money into it, and we all get to benefit from it. So
yeah, that league is too rich for my blood.
Yeah. The interesting one is that he has. It's called Octagon, and it's kind of cool. So what he does is he has you can buy a chance to be in the league that year. So it's $2 a ball, and you can have up to 2. And he has this Wheel of Destiny, right? So it's basically the lottery spinner. He draws 8 balls, and whoever owns those balls gets to play in the league that year, and it's only 8 people a year get to play.
He should
And-
live stream that on YouTube.
I think he has, but it's mostly
cool.
just for the people that are in his leagues. But yeah, so Octagon, you have 8 guys or 8 players a year. Whoever wins that year doesn't get to play again until a 9th year. So he's going to do it for 8 years, and then the 9th year is going to be the Tournament of Champions. So what? It's a winner take all league. It's $2 a ball to enter, and then it's $200 to play if you do get your ball drawn. And it's winner take all, and then the money from the lottery balls, right? Because I think typically he sells, I don't know,
I think
40 of them.
Something like that.
So at $2 a pop, you're talking about $80. That's not part of the pot for the season. He's just throwing that into like a Bitcoin account, and the Tournament of Champions, so the 9th season, is also going to be winner take all, and whoever wins gets all that Bitcoin basically.
So Gerard won the first year, and I thought it would be awesome if we won back to back. And I came so close to winning last year, so close.
She came in 3rd,
which I actually had for the final game. I outscored the first and second team, so I got kicked out, and I was so bitter that I didn't even buy a ball this year because I'm still so upset about not winning last year because I had the best team the entire league. I had one bad game, and then kicked me out. I was so
yeah,
mad.
she went into her playoff as a top seed and lost. And normally 3rd place in most fantasy leagues, 3rd place is in the money. But Octagon is winner take all, so no prize for 2nd place.
Yeah.
Which was awesome when I won because I got the entire pot. Now, $200 a pop times 8 people, you can do the math.
Yes.
That was a fun year because also Ashley and I, won his Obi-Wan Mahomey League. So we had a good season that year. We probably should have just retired from fantasy football after that, but
We
here we are playing again.
because at that time he only had 4 leagues, so we won 2 out of the 4 leagues.
Yeah. And followed up with a last place finish last year.
Yeah. Yeah, that was.
Alex, do you still play any
Nope.
fantasy
I stopped
football? I
playing.
remember like you had that league.
I stopped playing, 15 years ago.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Why did you stop playing?
I don't want to manage it. I just want to pick people from Ohio State and people that play for the Bears. I'd rather root for my team than for any other players from other teams.
Well, I mean, picking Ohio State people is a pretty good strategy.
Yeah, now it's
Picking Bears people's not so much.
most recent years. Yeah, now it's a good strategy.
Did you ever play for money, or was it just that league with your boys from Ohio State?
Both. I was in multiple leagues before.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm in 1, 2. I might only be in 3 this year, which is different.
Wow.
Because last year I was in 4, 5. Sometimes I've been in as many as 6, and it becomes a little too much.
Last year was my first year doing 2 leagues, and I didn't like it. I'm good with 1 because I felt so conflicted, rooting for a player in 1 league and then rooting against him in another league. Emotionally, I just couldn't handle it. It was just too much. 1 league's enough. I either love you or hate you as a player. Can't do both.
Yeah, I'm fine at 0 leagues. I don't need to play.
What about you out there in podcast land? How many fantasy football leagues are you in, if any? Do you play for stakes or do you prefer the free leagues? And who are your top fantasy picks if you can have your top three players in the league? Put it in the comments below. In the meantime, normally we would go into breaking news. That usually means breaking news to us because it's usually news that's been around for the last week anyway. But I didn't prepare anything today, so I don't actually know what we're going to talk about. Anything cool? Oh, I do. Take it back. I do have something cool. It's not a news article you're going to find, but Oddball Brawl happened this past weekend. It is a small outfit that does, puts on a fight showcase. So some local boxers in the Chicagoland area. If you want to check them out, they have a YouTube channel called Done by Design. And Oddball Brawl 3 was in, I believe it was in Arlington Heights. Actually, I'm not 100% sure. I know it was in like either the west or northwest suburbs of Chicago. They hosted 6 fights, including somebody I'm a fan of, and I know Alex is a fan of, our kind of nephew. It's actually our cousin's son. His name's Gabe, and he won his fight. So, good showing, Oddball Brawl, Done by Design, and congratulations, Gabriel, for winning your fight in the middleweight division.
The overall production of that was actually pretty good because they had multiple cameramen and they knew when to switch from one.
It really was. You know what?
Let
me see if I can find a link because I'd like to share that with you guys. I think that was it was pretty well done. I thought it was very cool. Let me see here. Here it is. I don't want to get I don't want to get copyright stricken by YouTube again, so I'm not going to show the video, even though I highly doubt they would care, but so if you want to check it out, look up Oddball Brawl 3 on YouTube. If you want a link to click on, I don't know if you'll be able to click on this, but this is the link. Let me just copy the name of the channel because that's probably a little bit better. Oops, that's so let's get that off there. That's just confusing. It's called Oddball Brawl 3, and that's a Roman numeral, and it's by a channel called Done by Design TV. So let me show that to you. There it is, Oddball Brawl 3, Done by Design TV on YouTube. Check them out. And you know what? I'll link it in the description this week too. So check it out. They've got some other fights showcase on there. I think they're a little bit newer, but for a newer channel, they have a pretty nice production. I think they're just going to get better. So I've subscribed, and I'm going to be keeping an eye on it and seeing what other fights they put on, and hopefully we'll be able to see Gabe in a few other fights kicking some ass. So, yeah. That's how it goes. That's how it goes.
He posted it on Facebook, too, I think.
He did, yeah. Yeah. But I think you mostly share that with like friends and family.
Gotcha.
So if you out there in podcast land are interested, check it out. Check out Gabe, check out the other fighters, and maybe show them a little love and subscribe to their channel too. So yeah, that's where we are. In fact, we'll probably even cover some of their other events as they release them, and we'll talk about them a little bit more. Maybe we'll get to know some of the fighters, and maybe you'll hear the names, and all of a sudden you'll see them on bigger stages in the not so distant future. But in trying to keep with a good time frame, we are right at about 50 minutes. So I think it's about time to roll into our closing thoughts. Alex, I'm going to have you go first. I'll go, and then since Ashley's the newbie, we'll have her go last. That way she got to kind of figure out what we're doing with closing thoughts.
Closing thoughts. Get some sun. Unless it's hot. We're going into football season, so everyone's gonna be inside a lot.
Get it while you can, baby. Get it while you can. Because, well, I guess it depends on where you live, but it ain't gonna be around much longer. At least not in the way that everybody likes. Especially if you live in the north central states, man. It just gets cold and snowy and cold. Your 8 to 9 months of winter is about to start up there in the north central states. So Minnesota, Wisconsin, northern Iowa, northern Illinois, Michigan, northern Ohio, man, it's winter's coming, as they say in Game of Thrones. Winter's coming. My closing thoughts. Get out there and experience something, folks. Life is too short to stay in the same place and never see or do anything. So go experience something. And even if you think you won't like it, try it out. Confirm those thoughts or share with us how it changed your mind and you found something new to be interested in. So that's my closing thoughts. Ashley, you want to share a closing thought with us?
Sure. Well, so my closing thought is because yesterday was National Puppy Day.
Oh.
So go out there and snuggle a puppy. It'll make you feel better.
I like it. That's a great first time closing thought from the lovely Ashley.
Thank you.
Folks, thanks again for joining us. If you would like to share some ideas with us to cover on a future episode, put them in the comments, or you can email us at gajpodcast@gmail.com. And of course, if you would be so kind as to comment, like, subscribe, and smash that notification bell to show us some love, and so that you know when we have other conversations about God knows what. Probably nothing, but we're having fun doing it, and we'd love for you to enjoy the time with us. Again, check out Oddball Brawl by Done by Design TV on YouTube. I will link that in the in the description. And I think we are just about to call it there. So we are going to cue this music, I think. And we're going to call it an episode. Hello to my dog Millie that's in Ashley's lap. Thanks again. Have a great week. We will see you next time, everybody. Everybody wave! Bye, guys.